Hello and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Did you know, guys, that Ethiopia are currently in the year 2018? So this is not just rumors, this is a fact. When you travel to Ethiopia, you'll definitely be 7 years younger. Because right now, as we are in 2026, Ethiopia is currently in the year 2018. And one amazing fact about their calendar is that their calendar has 13 months. So the normal calendar that we use has 12 months, January to December. But the Ethiopian calendar has 13 months. So which is the other month? For me, I don't know. Otherwise, thank you and welcome to this YouTube channel. My name is Masterma and we are on the journey series of the Ishowspeed tour to Africa. And guys, yesterday the African tour was in not any other country, but yesterday the Ishowspeed African tour was in Ethiopia. And guys, Ethiopia is something else. So we've been speaking about the capital city of Africa. We've been speaking about Kenya. We've been speaking about Zimbabwe, Mozambique. We've been speaking about Zambia. Did you see what Ethiopia did yesterday? Hey! I told you guys when the journey started, it was about the interest of Africa. And I told you it's not only having fun, entertainment, education. This is about business. This is about tourism. And if you saw what happened in Ethiopia yesterday, it was something crazy. Because I noted out some things and this is what I want us to share, guys. Okay, so we've been doing the African tour since January started. Actually, it started on 29th of December 2025. And we've been on the journey to discover what actually is hidden in Africa. And I came to realize that Africa is a very rich continent. Look at all those countries that we've been touring. Angola, from South Africa, Mozambique, Botswana, Eswatini, Zambia, Rwanda, Zimbabwe. Guys, I hope you've seen how beautiful and Africa really is. Because as we speak, guys, did you see how far and how advanced Ethiopia is in terms of technology? So these people are living in 2018, but their technology is kind of 2050. One thing I noted about Ethiopia is that Ethiopia is well developed. They are more advanced in terms of technology. Technologically, Ethiopia is fit. That one we cannot bargain. Ethiopia is fit. And guys, the reception there was something else. The reception was crazy. The reception was extraordinary. So let me give you a breakdown of how things went down. Okay, so Ishowspeed and the team arrived, and the first place they went, they were welcomed at the palace. So for theirs, their White House is called the palace. And you saw how beautiful that place is. Furnished with gold, furnished with silver, furnished with every expensive gem. So the palace in Ethiopia is actually one of a kind. I love that serene environment. I loved how beautiful that town is. I love how that White House, I don't know the name of that house because in America it is called White House, but for the Ethiopians they call it the palace. So Ishowspeed and the team went to the palace. They had some good times. The Ministry of Internal Staff and Staff Security, Tourism, and all those people were there. The president was there. Even Ishowspeed was able to have a chance to sit at the president's seat. So he was a president for some minutes. Okay, so this is so it was so welcoming, it was so amazing. I loved the starting part of that tour. And that tour was very energetic. I didn't expect there is a country that will match the Kenyan energy. But you saw Ethiopia. Ethiopia really matched the Kenyan energy. Even though they didn't perfect the same to Kenyan energy, because Kenyan energy was a bit higher, but Ethiopian energy was crazy. It matched the standards of the Kenyan energy. And guys, that's not the only component of that tour, okay? That tour gained the highest number of viewers ever. So the Kenyan record of the highest number of views was broken yesterday by the Ethiopian tour. Why? Because as we are speaking right now, the views in that stream, the views are over 10 million in a single stream. So the Kenyan views were actually 9.6 million views for the first stream, and the second stream also got some views. But Ethiopia, the first stream in Ethiopia, as we are speaking right now, the first stream in Ethiopia has over 10 million views. So that means the Ethiopian journey was watched by more than 10 million people. And one amazing fact about that journey also, Ishowspeed was able to garner over 255,000 subscribers in that single stream. So this means that Africa is going crazy. In as far as the Ishowspeed tour to Africa is concerned, Africa is going crazy because we've been interested in Africa now than before. The interest the African people have in Africa right now is totally overwhelming. We have so much interest in Africa compared to the recent past. In the past, we were not even concerned about Africa. But right now, many people have discovered, including me, have discovered that Africa is my business. And as long as I'm African, then Africa will always be my business. Okay? So I just want to say many thanks to Ethiopia. The reception was something else. The meals were extraordinary. I saw there is a point in which Ishowspeed actually was about to pass out. And the main reason why he was about to pass out, it was because of the food. I saw him eating raw meat, of which it's a bit dangerous, but according to the Ethiopians, that is their culture. So they eat raw meat, uncooked meat. I don't know if it's beef or fish or stew. I don't know, but actually Ishowspeed and the team, the Ethiopian speed and the Zimbabwe speed took, they literally ate raw meat. And this is what actually affected Ishowspeed, because the Ishowspeed energy was going down. Eventually, after just taking the raw meat, eventually the energy went down. So next time Ishowspeed will not be taking raw meat. I believe he learned the hard way, because it was about to mess the whole Ishowspeed live session, okay? But many thanks to the Zimbabwean speed. This boy is called Johnny. Johnny is something else. Johnny is a brilliant, sharp fella, because after Ishowspeed fell ill due to the raw meat he had ate, Ishowspeed had developed a stomach ache. Actually, he had a running stomach and was forced to go away and sort his matters out, and the people were left hanging while on the stream. So Ishowspeed wanted to end the stream, but the Zimbabwean speed, this boy by the name Johnny, said no. We can't end the stream. I'm here. So Johnny, the Zimbabwean Ishowspeed, took over. And the segment was amazing because Johnny was able to maintain the over 260,000 people that were watching that live session. And he held them company. He gave them some beautiful stories until Ishowspeed came more than 20 minutes later. So you saw actually he saved yesterday's live stream. So Zimbabwean Ishowspeed saved the Ethiopian live stream, because it was actually gonna be stopped because Ishowspeed fell ill, and it was a whole mess. But many thanks to the Zimbabwean Speed and Ethiopian Speed, because these boys took over. They ran the show like nothing else, and the show was amazing. So we have talent in Africa. We have talent because the way Johnny managed to host that show. This boy is a genius. This boy is a legend. He knows when to speak. He knows how to do it. Congratulations to him. He made us proud as the Ishowspeed team. Okay? And you saw, guys, another thing. The sky view at night. So this was one of the major epic scenes of the Ethiopian tour, because the Ishowspeed drone actually went high, and Ishowspeed told them, he instructed them to give a whole view of the city of Ethiopia at night. So it was a night view. And that city, you'd think that is China. That was not China, that is Ethiopia. And you guys should learn, and you should keep in mind and know that Africa is well developed, because that city is one of the most beautiful cities in Africa. In Ethiopia, we have the most beautiful city because you have the footages, the drone footages at night. That city is something else. Actually, for me, I'm shocked because I didn't know that Africa is developed this much, because you can see for yourself. What was that? Ethiopia, what was that? So you set the bar higher. I can say the energy in Ethiopia is something else. So Ethiopia, you've outstanded everybody. You actually stand at the top. So Ethiopia is currently at the top. So in terms of energy, everything in general, Ethiopia are top. But Kenya, the vibe was high. So for Kenya, the vibe was something else. But in terms of generality, technology, advancement. But in terms of meals as well, Kenya leads, because Kenya had the best meals. So meals, culture, Kenya is amazing. But in terms of development, everything else, organization, I loved Ethiopia. Ethiopia is beautiful. Okay? Otherwise, that is how the Ishowspeed tour went. So I was just highlighting the main point, the point where the Ishowspeed had his triplets. Okay, so that show was amazing because having 3 lookalikes. So the Zimbabwean Speed, Ishowspeed original, and the Ethiopian Speed. Whoever made that combination, that's a genius, because he knew actually what people are looking for. And that team, the 3 speeds actually made something outstanding, and that is what made the yesterday's stream by Ishowspeed to be something else. It was extraordinary because of the energy. So you know, Ishowspeed energy is just one, but yesterday it was a bit different because the fake Ishowspeeds were there. So it was a whole vibe, 3 Ishowspeeds in one, and you know what to expect. Okay, so the energy was giving, it was something else. Yesterday's live was actually the best live stream ever. I've never witnessed a live stream like that. So that one was outstanding, and many thanks to Temu, both Temus. I heard Temu is a word to mean fake. So the fake speeds, Zimbabwean Speed and Ethiopian Speed, you made that show lively. And to the original Ishowspeed, that energy and that combination was something crazy. So Ethiopia killed it. Ethiopia killed it, guys. So what are we anticipating today? So today we'll be having another live stream. So this is the end of the live stream today. So tomorrow there will be no live stream. Okay, so this is what I give you. I give you prior plan. So I plan you earlier so that you can know. Okay, so this is what you expect Today we'll be having a live session, and tomorrow there will be no live session. Why? Tomorrow is a resting day for Ishowspeed and the team. So the team have been running throughout for consecutively 4 days, and they will be resting tomorrow. So tomorrow there is no live stream. Mark my words. Tomorrow there will be no live stream. And today's live stream is finally in Ethiopia. Okay, so we are finishing the Ethiopian trip. Yesterday we were not able to finish everything, but today we will be finishing, and then later on we'll be leaving for the next country. So guys, I want you to tell me on the comment section which is the next country. Which is the next country on the list? Which is the next country on the list? Because we have some amazing countries and you can guess. We can guess. So you guys, the floor is yours. Guess on the comment section. Otherwise, many thanks for watching. I saw Ethiopia hosts the Miss World Africa. So Miss World Asia, Europe, the general Miss World comes from Thailand, okay? But the Miss World Africa comes from Ethiopia. So the most beautiful girl in Africa comes from Ethiopia. And that is one of the biggest achievements as a country. And the Ministry of Tourism in Ethiopia is so humbled. They are proud to host the one and only iconic Ishowspeed. And guys, the Ministry of Tourism in Tanzania are asking Ishowspeed to just pass by, okay? Because Tanzania was not in the list, but the tourism minister of Tanzania has sent an appeal asking Ishowspeed to just pass by so that he can show to the world what they got, okay? So we believe that Ishowspeed can pass there before leaving for the US, but we don't know because it is not in the list. So the management organizing committee will plan, and we'll see if they can just visit Tanzania for a while and then leave to the US. Otherwise, many thanks for watching. Thank you so much, guys. Subscribe, like, share. We are on the road to 1 million subscribers, and in as far as the African tour is concerned, then this is our business. So we still have 15 more days to do the tour, then later on we can embark to our businesses, okay? So I told you guys, I'm not doing anything else this time round. I'm not doing anything else, but I'm focusing on the African tour by Ishowspeed. So after the tour, this is when we'll plan other things. Otherwise, many thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, share. This is Masterma, and guys, another segment is the segment where you saw how people turned out, okay? The people of Ethiopia really turned out very successfully. It was amazing until there was some chaos, guys, because many people are struggling to meet Ishowspeed, and there was a commotion there, but Ishowspeed and the team had to flee, okay? They needed to flee for their safety, and they rushed to the next place because the crowd was too huge and they wanted to interact, but yeah, there was some 2 and 3 commotions, but they in general, guys, in general, the African tour to Ethiopia, it was amazing. You saw how he was able to fly the artificial to fly the VC, okay, to fly the Vision aircraft. So actually Ishowspeed had a chance to fly a virtual plane, okay? In the virtual plane he flew very well, but actually he crashed it. It was like, hey, that place is amazing. Otherwise, Ethiopia, guys, is amazing. This is one of the most beautiful countries I've ever seen, and Ethiopia was a vibe. So many thanks to Ishowspeed tour, many thanks to Ethiopia. The country was amazing. The African tour to Ethiopia, it was something else. It was cool, pleasant, amazing, and many thanks for watching. Subscribe, guys, like, share. We'll meet on our next episode. We out. So hit that subscribe button, like, share. We out.